guys. Happy weekend. How's the weekend going? Babe, how are you?
I'm fine.
Very fine.
I'm always fine.
You're always fine.
Yeah, I don't have any. Take life easy and cool
So are you happy, man? Are you
but
saying
just
you're
like the
happy,
weather
man?
is very hot,
Yeah, it's very hot. Humans are just, we can't be satisfied. During winter, we complain. Summer, we are complaining. God is so patient. Yeah. So you said you are fine.
Yeah, I'm
You
very
didn't
fine.
ask me.
How are you, baby?
I'm fine. But I'm hungry.
You eat
Um,
afterwards, no problem.
yes.
There is food at home, so you can always eat.
It's okay. Yeah, today we'll be talking about how the social media is causing a lot of damages to marriages and relationships. Yeah, we are grateful for the gift of the social media. You know, with the social media, you can connect with a lot of people, connect with family and friends faster. Can even do, a lot of us have businesses that are thriving on the social media.
Yeah.
But there are also the negative side. So we are going to be talking about how we let the social media ruin our relationships and marriages. So what do you think? How do you think social media?
Like you said, for everything in life, that you always have advantages and disadvantages, and it depends on how you it depends on how you react to it.
Okay.
Social media is good. You can go online to learn more, to be informed. You can do your business online. You can meet people online. To for connection, for network
Yeah.
and all that. So it
Even
depends
for
on
love.
even for love. So it depends
Yeah.
on why you are going online. So you need to know why you're going online but when you spend time too much on something, if the time you spend on something is not, if you don't allocate time, one of the problems is that time management. We tend to spend more time, when people are addicted to it. You spend more time, the time you're supposed to spend with your family, you spend all the time online.
Connecting
And
with
even if
strangers.
you are using that
Yeah. For your business.
for your business, you still need to, you know when to, at least if you go to, if you are going to work, you go to work from morning till evening. For some, if it is night, from night, so you know time. You need to even if you are working online, allocate, okay, this, from this time to this, I'm going to be
Offline.
online to work, and from this time to this time I'll be offline. So
Okay.
one of the problem is addiction.
Okay.
When you're addicted to it, that you cannot do without it, morning, evening.
And this
afternoon,
addiction leads to breakdown in communication. As in,
Yeah,
you don't communicate with your spouse. This thing happens a lot. Sometimes even between us, sometimes we'll be together and everybody will be on their phones. On social media. We're not talking with each other. So this is causing a lot of communication problems in marriages and relationships. You're connecting with strangers, you're not connecting with your spouse, and we are complaining that marriages are not working. So
No. And like you said, it's not, social media is not wrong.
of course,
When
yeah.
when you have a particular time that, okay, I'm going to be online
Yeah.
within around this time, then when it's time for us to have a conversation or to eat
Yeah.
or to spend time together, we withdraw. So it's not, we're not supposed to condemn social media.
No, I'm not
It's
condemning it.
good,
Yeah.
but it's just for you to know how to manage your time,
Yeah.
when to be online and when not to be online. And another point I want to mention
No,
is
before we go to the next point. Now, sometimes your spouse wants to talk with you, but you're on your phone. Well, talk, I'm listening. You do it sometimes.
you did also.
But when you want to talk, okay, I'll drop it. I drop it. Or you be like, I'm listening. Now,
But I don't think that is also wrong. If what you are doing is, we have two options. Either you wait, for a partner to
if you are on social media, on Facebook, it's not as if you are conducting any business
no,
transaction.
you are not sure whether the person is on
Okay,
Facebook
now,
or not.
Facebook or WhatsApp or any social media platform whatsoever.
I use my WhatsApp for business. I have my business partner on WhatsApp, so I can communicate with them. I can chat with them.
Okay, if
I
what
can
you are
send
doing is
information, so-
important, you can say, okay, babe, give me a minute.
minute.
But not that every time your wife wants to talk with you or your husband needs your attention and you're on social media.
Another point is that I think what is important here is for you to understand your partner. Babe, we need to discuss. Okay, just a few minutes. You allow the person to finish. You don't have to say, because you want to.
Must it be every time? Must it be every time you have to?
No. But you also need to understand that if, okay, let me give you like 10 minutes or 5 minutes to round up what you want to do.
Yeah.
What you want to say is, no, you are not going to.
What if it's
collapse if you don't say
urgent?
that.
What if it's urgent? And okay, yeah, but sometimes when you are connecting so much with strangers and you won't even see the need to communicate with your spouse. So your spouse, do you need to wait for your spouse to say, babe, I want to talk to you? If you're on social media all the time, you won't even want to communicate with your spouse. So you want to wait until your spouse says, babe, let's talk. Doesn't make sense. So that is one of the ways social media is causing a lot of problems in marriages, because you won't see the need to, you are communicating, and it's so much fun. Of course, I'm active on Facebook. So much fun, you're communicating with strangers, commenting and all that. If you don't see the need to communicate with your spouse, then you will not communicate with your spouse. You'll be on this and connecting with them, and you're not connecting with your spouse.
I want to say this. You don't.
Yeah.
What is important is for you to respect your partner also. You don't say, because I want to communicate now, so what we are doing, you must do that. No. At times, okay, babe, we need to discuss about something. Okay, just give me a few minutes. You say, because I want to communicate, then drop that in now. That is also lack of respect. If you want to communicate, oh babe, we need to talk about something. Oh, okay, let me just quickly round up this. And because you are not.
Now, my issue is this: you're not getting my point. It shouldn't be every time that you should wait for your spouse to say, babe, let us communicate. Babe,
my question is,
what I'm saying now,
every time that your partner is always on phone, that the person
you talked about addiction now.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you are always on social media. You are addicted to it. Then you will not see the need to communicate with your spouse. That's what I'm saying.
Social media. Who is addicted to social media? Who?
No, I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about marriages.
My point is this.
Okay.
Even social media is good.
Yes.
Like we agree that you can go on social media, you can have access to information and all that. But also, even if your partner is on social media, it is important for, if you want to have any discussion or anything, it's not of babe, we need to talk about this and that. But if your partner is not always on social media, for the other partner too, you must also prioritize.
Yes.
It's not only when your partner is on doing something online that you say you want to have a discussion.
I understand. We are talking about the problems that social media cause in marriage. Now, you said number one, addiction. When you get addicted to social media, what I'm now saying is that you will not see the need to communicate with your spouse.
Yes, of course. I agree with
That's what I'm trying to say.
I agree with you.
You won't see the need because you're already communicating with others.
Yeah.
You won't see the need.
Yeah. But also, like I said, know when to do what. And at times, it's possible for you for your communication to be something that is urgent.
Yeah.
But what is important is that for you to know that, okay, I have time for this at this time, then I need to spend time on other things. When you want to sleep, you don't sleep on social media now.
Yeah. Some people sleep on social media.
You don't know, you sleep.
You fall asleep, press your.
No matter, you sleep, you still have time to sleep. So if you can create time to sleep, create time to eat, to do that, you must also create time to.
Yeah, I think what we should now, the solution now is that you should evaluate your social media use. And just ask yourself, the time you spend on social media and the time you spend with your spouse, the time you spend connecting with strangers, do you spend the same time connecting with your spouse? Because if you spend more time connecting on social media with others and you are not spending the same, you are spending lesser time to communicate and connect with your spouse, then there's going to be communication breakdown in your home. And this is the way, this is one of the things you have to deal with. So that's number one. Then number two, okay, let me supply the second point.
We said time management.
Okay, time management. Addiction. Number three is that social media increases the rate of emotional infidelity. People think that if I don't sleep with another person, then I'm not cheating with my spouse. But there are other ways you can cheat on your spouse without having sex with another person. And one of those ways is getting emotionally attached with another person. So if you have to delete chats on social media with another person, you have to delete some chats so that your spouse will not see them, then that's cheating. Full-time cheating. Big cheating.
Well, I want to respond to that.
Okay.
You don't conclude that when you delete chats it means cheating. No. Yes, of course, when you delete chat at times you'll be cheating. But of course, let me give
with an opposite sex.
Let me give you an example. Like for you to know, you have people that will come to you for counsel.
Yes.
So we ask you some questions and all that. And at times, what you ask me, babe, I want to tell me about this, your opinion, on this and that and that. And that's okay. Can you gist me more? He said, no, I'm not going to gist you because it's none of your business. I'm actually is one-on-one counsel with this person. So also, if your partner maybe is chatting with somebody, maybe it's something that is personal, if he doesn't want anybody to see it, it's not wrong. Even for you too, for the wife too can also do that. But you can only judge or conclude when you know the details.
Okay.
That's why you can judge. You don't judge because someone is deleting a chat. It means people come to, like even for you too. People come to you for counseling.
But I don't delete chats.
But you don't. It's not everything that you give me access to.
Of course.
So I'm not saying that when they delete, maybe it means that maybe they are cheating or something. But you don't conclude that
everyone that is deleting. Okay, now let's even say that. Yeah, so this person is deleting because there's something he or she doesn't want their spouse to see. That's the way, social media can cause damage to your relationship or marriage. Because it's easier, cheating is just a phone call away, or just a deleting chat because he or she is flirting with another person.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is one of the problems social media can cause in your marriage.
Yeah,
because it's so easy. All you have to do is just hide.
Even without cheating, people they can still call to flirt. So it's not.
That's what I'm saying. I just said the social media because I don't want us to be mentioning phones, internet, and all of that. So the social media can increase your likelihood of cheating on your spouse. So you don't need to access to another person before you say, I'm cheating. If you are getting closer with another person or to another person more than your spouse, that is emotional cheating. Yeah, so that's one of the ways social media is wrecking your marriage. Number 4.
Number 4, I think comparison. People go online and they compare. When you see one, beautiful lady or handsome guy, this guy is looking. And one thing about social media, people don't show you their
at least we'll not show. We'll not.
Everybody comes to
show when we are fighting.
To show success and all that. So when you of course, while you go online to get information, gather information for you to know one or two things, or to engage in business, to network. Also be careful not to compare yourself with others, because when you see things online, people tend to show their success, or I'm being fine with this and that and that. They don't show you what they're
nobody shows their.
So you must be careful when you go online for you to know what you want to, because people present the best online. They don't present their failures. So you tend to compare. Compare, so you must be very careful, because if you compare, you now come back and be putting pressure on
your spouse.
On your spouse.
I mean, this is so real. Sometimes you read an article or a post or somebody's comment on how their spouse does this, their husband does this, and you're like, my husband does not do this for me. So you start to feel like, maybe my husband does not love me, or my husband this one. Then you start reacting based on what you have read. So this thing happens a lot. So you need to consciously tell yourself that no, I don't even know what is happening in this person's home. Nobody's home is perfect, right? Nobody's marriage is perfect. But we can learn from others. But don't compare. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Don't compare. This person's husband is so caring. You don't know. The person has their own weaknesses too. Yeah, so social media can bring a lot of damage to your marriage if you compare your marriage to what you see on social media. Comparison.
That's true.
But somebody post a picture of my husband bought this for me, my husband served me breakfast in bed, my husband did this, bought me this new phone, and your husband has not bought you anything. Is that this thing?
I want to add something to that. Even when you go online on social media and you see, like, for example, now my husband was sleeping, I came with it's not wrong. You can learn, but do not, you look at your own situation.
Yes.
For some people, you can go and work all through the night, and you maybe like a nurse or a doctor, you're on night shift, and you come back like maybe 8 a.m. and you are going to work in the morning. You allow your husband to rest. You can't compare yourself to people. Maybe the wife is even, maybe the husband is like a full
house husband
or full housewife, and they are doing things you are trying to compare. No, look at your own situation, and if you learn new things on social media, look at which one is okay for my situation, and try to bring it on. Don't compare yourself and see things online as this person is this and then.
And one of the times we do this comparison is during Val, when you see people getting gifts from their spouses, showing us this, and your spouse is not getting you anything. All right, babe, take notes. Next,
it depends. You can, every day is Val. You don't need to wait until.
No, I don't want to hear that.
You don't need to wait until.
I don't want to hear that though, because people will be showing off their fine things now, and you have nothing to show.
You can see now. You can see.
Honestly, these things affect us. And
for me personally, if there's one thing I want to thank God for is, I don't compare myself with anybody. Whatever you have is your
Thank God for your life.
I don't. So what is important is this: when you see something that is good online, yes, of course you can learn.
Because you see how somebody celebrated
But
their
look at
anniversary
your own family. Look at your situation, and see whether you can actually
afford that
kind of, It's not even about, maybe you can even have time for that. It depends on your schedule. Maybe your husband or your wife is busy. Some people even go to shops. They all traveled. She went from economy to first class to take picture. She now posted online, and someone now, took a picture while sitting down in economy.
Okay.
So she just went there to take picture, and she now be putting online, oh, first class, second class. So if you are not, if you don't have this content, this guy, this lady is traveling first class and all that, you compare yourself. You can die before your time, because you tend to compare yourself with others. You can learn from social media, but never compare yourself with others. Never, because you don't know what they are passing through. You don't know the source of their information or what they are doing. So just don't compare. You can learn, but never compare.
Okay. Yeah. So, what other ways? How many have we talked about now? 4. Now 5th one is related to this one. Envy. You can start to envy what somebody else is doing, or their life, their family, their perfect family, and you start to envy and get bitter. And that can even lead to depression, because you are feeling like, my life is not perfect like these people's, my marriage is not perfect like these people's, and look at my husband. Or you can even start comparing, look at this one's now, they've started their YouTube channel, and see, my husband is nowhere to be found, my husband is not making sense. You can start to compare, but don't compare yours. I think those are the major
points. And if you have another point, you can
yes. In what other ways do you think the social media is wreaking havoc in marriages today? So you kindly share your comments with us. In what other ways do you think the social media is wreaking a lot of havoc in marriages? So please like, subscribe, share, comment, and we love you.
And of course, we also want to learn. To just send in your comments, and if you have any question or contribution, we want to learn also.
Yes, please, let's make it interactive. So until we come your way again, have a nice weekend.
Thank you. Have a good
subscribe. Very important. Subscribe.